going on with you, YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video, man. Thank you to Jared for donating $4.22 to my Cash App. Cheers. Who wanted to see how the wands were made. While you're looking at it, bud, I'll take a pen right after I get the dowel for my wand attached to the lathe. Mark off the ends of it. As you can see, I've already got a handle started. Now earlier I was getting frustrated with these because they were snapping on me. They're basically taking the point of it and then just... You don't want to be in a rush to carve them neither, YouTube. That's how they snap. If I have to start adding stuff to it. Now that I got it to the thickness I want to pick out a different chisel to give it a different shape. So let's go with this one right here, which will create... Let's show you real quick when I get the handle carved out. Okay, let me show you real quick. See that, YouTube? Now we have a handle. Look at that. I can add some lines to it too to make it more defined. There we go. I like the way that handle looks. Now I like to use 3 different kinds of sandpaper, YouTube. A really rough coarse, and then not so rough, and then the finer stuff. Okay, the handle is looking good. So now we're gonna move. But I want to unplug the lathe for a second, just so I can vacuum up my mess. 1 second. And there are plenty of wand makers who use lathes. Professional wand makers will use wand lathes. Yeah. There we go, I got it secured. Awesome. These take a lot longer to make than just carving them out of a branch, I'll tell you that right now. I'm trying to make a new wand for my collection that I can have for my costume this year for Halloween. And I keep breaking them every time I try to make them, so I'm like, yeah, well, hold on a second. And on top of that, YouTube, yeah, they're harder to make too. They take longer to make them this way, and they're harder to make. That's why I charged so much money for them. Like $48 is a fair price. Making magic wands on a lathe is one of the hardest things to do on a lathe because of how small you gotta make it. And you don't want to just jab it in there and push as hard as you can, you know, definitely break. It's enough to... The wands were pissing me off earlier, so I took a break. You know, freaking Campbell left. He was hanging out for a bit. Bullshitting the breeze, watching YouTube with me. So I do apologize to Alex earlier if I was being melodramatic. Which I get like that when I get depressed, to be fair, but... yeah. See, we're not even an hour into the video and the wand is nowhere near done. I'll have something to drink on. I'm drinking on a soda pop right now because one, I'm out of alcohol, and two, I don't think it's smart to mix power tools with alcohol, but that's just me personally. With one, I'm out of alcohol, and two, I don't think it's very smart to mix drinking with lathing. It's just if you want to make wands with a wood lathe, they're quite fun to make, but it takes practice, you know. Lord knows I went through so many of these wand wood pieces before I got to where I am right now. Well, you know, the ladies like a man who can work with his hands, huh? No, I'll find the right of-age cisgendered female. It's gonna keep being patient. It's alive and consenting. It's like making a wand. You can't just have it happen overnight. I mean, patience pays off, you two. Take too much more off the blade. Well, that can happen. Ah, shit. Well, at least it didn't snap completely on me. Oh boy. Luckily, this one's savable, YouTube. At this point, I'm not complaining. It didn't break on me right in the center like it has been, so there you go. Yeah, I also use the cloth for staining the wands, but they're also great for like rolling in like that. So then when I put it in the vice clamp, I could trim off the end of it without scratching or scuffing the wood. So the next step, I guess, this, like I said, the break in this wand wasn't that bad. It's doable. I can make a wand out of it. Compared to what I have been going through today, I really am not complaining. Watch the cell phone screen. Get this little end right here. There we are. Grab ourselves a fresh piece of sandpaper here. Yeah. See, I don't like how the end is shaped, but before we do that, I give the blade, ouch, a good sanding. The reason why I keep saying ouch is because of the fucking splinters that are sticking out of it. Much easier to do sanding these when they're on the lathe. There you have it, YouTube. One magic wand. Now it's not finished yet, so I'm gonna add paint to it or stain or whatever the fuck I feel like painting it. But out of all the last couple of wands I've been making, this one turned out the nicest. That's a good looking wand. There we are. Now with this new batch of wands, I'm going to paint the handles black and then do a different color for each blade. That fits comfortably in my large hand. Blade's not too skinny, not too thin. That wand's got a nice profile on it. I'm liking that. Beautiful, YouTube. So I want to make this one black and green. Take some painter's tape. Now that it's sanded, YouTube, I'm going to take the painter's tape and the part that I don't want painted just yet. Okay. There we go. Now you don't have to use painter's tape when you're painting it 2 different colors. But the reason why I'm doing it and practicing it like this is so that when I do paint it, it just has a nice clean line. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? So yeah, I'll go outside, hit this side with some black spray paint, let it dry, and then, but yeah, YouTube, I'm not going to show you painting it on camera because you've seen me spray paint my wands how many times on YouTube, back at my old place. Only difference here is I got to do that outside, which I don't mind spray painting the wands outdoors and all that. But there you go, YouTube. That's basically took me an hour to make. That doesn't even include drying it. So bare minimum of an hour to make. But I'll catch you later.